Remember, your mental health is not your fault, and it shouldn't be the reason why you lose your home.
Housing in Wales is in crisis, and nowhere is this more evident than the private rental sector. For tenants in Wales who rent their homes from a private landlord, things are more insecure than ever.
So the main issues facing tenants are rising rents, cold and overcrowded properties, constant threat of eviction, and a lack of alternative options.
For landlords, most feel powerless to help their tenants to deal with these stresses.
Landlords are often ill-equipped to deal with complex support systems.
Changes to mortgage rates and renting laws, landlords are also struggling financially.
With all of these problems, it's not surprising many people are struggling with their mental health. Whoever you are, whatever your background, the private sector is a challenging place to be.
In fact, a 2019 report from the National Residential Landlords Association found that 62% of landlords had a tenant with a mental health challenge.
Almost half of the landlords felt they've never had enough information or support to help them.
And this was before the pandemic.
Rental Health Cymru is a campaign for raising awareness about mental health in the private rented sector in Wales. And we'll also look at how we can use existing services more effectively to help people communicate with their landlord.
I know there are different support services out there, but how do I know which one to use? No one tells you this stuff when you're renting a place. You're basically on your own.
People in private renting don't have a structural platform for support. It can be really difficult to know which way to turn when things go wrong.
Over the next 6 weeks, we'll be bringing you weekly bulletins all about information for accessing support for your mental health in your area. We're focusing on South East Wales, but a lot of the information will be helpful if you live elsewhere too.
Remember, the mental health is not your fault, and it should not be the reason to lose your home.
Have you ever asked yourself any of the following questions?
What are my rights and responsibilities in renting when it comes to my mental health?
What does my landlord or letting agency have to do if I have a mental health condition?
How do I get access to the support I need?
How do I know a service will help if I reach out?
Do I have to tell my landlord about a mental health need?
How do I best communicate with my landlord about my mental health?
Are there any services or organisations specifically for people in private renting?
What is the best way to get support for your mental health when you're renting?
How will improving my mental well-being help my housing situation?
As a landlord, how do I support my tenants with a mental health need?
As a landlord, how do I access support for myself?
If you've answered yes to any of these questions, or you know somebody who would, Rental Health Cymru is for you.
We'll be answering all of these questions, plus giving you plenty of practical tips that you can apply directly to your life. Here's how to follow. We are bawb, a charity which promotes equality and social justice in housing in Wales.
And we're Dechrau Cymru, an organisation that supports tenant engagement, participation and voice in Wales.
Here are the channels we'll be using for Rental Health Cymru campaign: Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, now known as X, LinkedIn, and of course our website.
You can also search our hashtag Rental Health Cymru to find our latest posts.
Remember, your mental health is not your fault, and it shouldn't be the reason you lose your home.